Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm answering all of the questions that you left me on my 1k giveaway Q&A video. That was a mouthful, because this channel reached 1,000 subscribers last month, which is just incredible. So first of all, thank you very much for being here. If you are subscribed, thanks so much. Honestly, every time somebody subscribes to me, it makes my day. If you are watching this and you're not subscribed and you fancy it, then please click that little button below and join my corner of the internet. So I'm not going to do too long of an intro because I got over 100 questions. So I'm obviously not going to answer all those because this video would be like 6 hours long, which I don't think anybody wants. So I'm going to go through and answer a few questions, and any that I don't answer today I will probably do in a future Q&A. And then at the end I've got a random number generator. I've got my laptop here, which is where I'm looking as I'm reading questions. I've also got a random number generator up here, and then I've got everybody's entries numbered. So I will pick 2 winners and 2 of you guys will win £20 worth of books. So let's do questions first of all. I got some really good ones. It's a really good mix of like booktube stuff, bookish stuff and more personal stuff. So I'm just literally, I've got the video up here along with my Twitter and Instagram with the questions. I'm just going to read them. They're in no particular order. When people were entering the giveaway I did number the entries as they came in, but these questions are just in a random order. Okay, so the first question I'm seeing is from Simone, from Simone I. Anyone that I mention that's got a channel I will link in the description so that you can go and check them out and support them and hopefully subscribe and enjoy their content. So first question is from Simone, who's one of my booktube besties. She had said, firstly, I'm so unbelievably proud of you. You're completely inspiring and I'm so proud of you. That's lovely. What video are you the proudest of? I haven't, by the way, I haven't read these questions before. I've scrolled through and put hearts on them so I knew that I'd logged them for the competition, but I haven't like read them and thought about them. So I know she's asked me this question because this is the question I always ask when people do Q&As. There's a few videos that I'm proud of. I'm proud of the mental health discussion videos that I've done. So I've done a video on what generalised anxiety disorder is, which is something that I live with, and I've also done one on caring for my anxious brain. So yeah, I'm proud of those videos. I'm also proud of my vlogs because although they're like not flash and there's no editing and they're usually just a jumble of things, I'm really proud that I have the confidence to do them, because when I started Booktube I was like, I'm definitely not doing any vlogs, no way. So I'm really proud that I've stepped out of my comfort zone and done those. So yeah, those are probably the ones that I'm most proud of. Also the original tags I created, so I've done 2. Sorry, it's like 1 billion degrees here today and I've got all the windows open in the lounge because it's just so hot. Even though I'm filming at like 8 at night, it's still really hot. I've done 2 original tags as well. First one was Meet the Booktuber and also the Ravenclaw Booktube tag. So both of those I'm really proud of too because they were really fun. Okay, what else have we got here? So Molly Brooke has asked, congrats on 1k. My question is, who is the author you would most like to meet? This would be pretty cool. I've actually had the chance to meet Margaret Atwood before because she came to Bath for a signing and I had tickets to go, and then I got a migraine so I missed it and I was absolutely devastated. So I would love to meet Margaret Atwood, although I might go pop on the spot if I actually met her. That would be really cool. Basically anyone whose work I enjoy. I just would be so excited. I really need to, once COVID is over, actually get off my bum and go to some book signings because of my social anxiety. I find that kind of thing quite scary, or I have in the past. And it's definitely something I would like to tackle. So yeah, once the current situation is over and book signings are a thing again, I will definitely be pushing myself to go to more. But yeah, Margaret Atwood, I would love to meet her. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I would just die on the spot. Right, next question. Brian Humand, hopefully I've said that right, sorry if I haven't, said, occasionally I get hungry while reading, so my question is, do you get hungry while reading? What do you snack on? Congratulations on 1.1k. Thank you. Yeah, I think I said this in a recent tag video. What did I do recently? The book addiction tag. So I pretty much read as much as I can all day, so if I can have a book in my hands I will, and obviously that means that some of the time I'm eating, and I've become quite skilled at eating and reading and not like dropping food on the page. So I don't have a particular book snack. But a snack that I'm enjoying more recently is popcorn. I think it's really underrated, just as like a general everyday snack. And they do a lemon, I think it's a lemon curd flavour, which I'm really into right now. It's good and I would recommend. Right, next. What's the next question? Okay, so Mrs. Hibble said, yay, congratulations on 1k subscribers. Question, you love Margaret Atwood's work. Which of her books would you like to see as a film or TV series after the huge success of The Handmaid's Tale? I'm hoping that they'll do the Testaments at some point, and I feel like the current, is it Hulu series of Handmaid's Tale will like eventually link up and become the Testaments. Which others? Alias Grace has already been made into a film, which I'd really recommend. It's on Netflix. I think Robber Bride would be cool, but also the Oryx and Crake Mad Adam trilogy, which is a science fiction one, that would work really well as a like Netflix or something series. I think that would be really cool to see, especially because spoiler for those that are going to be reading with me over the next few months, like Oryx and Crake, like this whole series deals with, there's 3 in the trilogy, deals with a lot of like science fiction theories and animals that are part of this and part of that, and I think that would be really cool visually. And it's also a post-apocalyptic novel, so yeah, I just feel like that would work really well on a grand scale. So yeah, that would be cool. I would definitely watch that. Who else has asked me questions? Right. So Samantha S says, well done on the 1k and best of luck for the future. Thank you. Question, you can travel in time but only in one direction. Would you go to the past or the future? Oh, that's a really hard question, because I'd be really tempted to go to the past, because I've talked about this recently on Twitter, and it's reignited like the thought in my head. One of the places I would go would be Shakespearean London, because there's like several conspiracy theories around who wrote the works of Shakespeare, and I just think it'd be so interesting to go back to that time and be able to like definitively say one way or the other. I've just finished reading a book on it, which you'll see in my wrap up, so that's why it's like right in the forefront of my brain. I also think it would be really interesting to go forwards in time and see like like hundreds of years forward and see where humanity goes and what happens with the planet. I'd also like to like skip forward, say 50 years in my own life and sort of see how things turned out. I'm at a point in my life just now where I'm about to go through a massive change. I'm not pregnant, before that rumour starts, but I'm about to like go through a massive change, and I'd like to know in advance how that worked out. So that's tricky. I'm gonna say the future. I would go forwards, I think, rather than back. But that's a great question. What would you guys choose? Would you go forward or back if you could in time? Hilary from Melted Books, she's lovely, she'll be linked in the description. She said, your videos are some of the most relaxing, engaging, enjoyable videos I've seen on Booktube. I'm so happy that you've hit 1k. Thank you, that means a lot to me, because I feel like my videos are really scruffy, and you can definitely hear my neighbours shouting, sorry about that. You know, that's a great example. So I'm glad that you enjoy the messy vibes that I bring to Booktube. Her question is, if you had to pick a celebrity to co-host your videos with you on your channel, who would you pick and why? That's such a great question. And I've now like forgotten every single celebrity that I've ever heard of or thought about. Okay, who would I choose? I think I'd want someone funny that I could like banter with. I think Ruth Jones, is that her name? The lady that co-writes Gavin and Stacey. I think she's amazing. I love the way her brain works. She's a really good author. Or Sue Perkins, as well would be really fun. Yeah, probably like one of those two. Somebody like funny and intelligent and clever that I could bounce off and chat books with. Yeah, I think Sue Perkins would be my answer actually, because she has written a couple of books and we could talk about that, and that would be super cool. Okay, what else have we got here? Okay, so She's Such a Lauren, hello, has also left a question. She left 2 questions. So she said, which classic would you recommend for someone who doesn't like classics? I've made a whole video on this. So I think in terms of getting into classics, I'd need to know what you read already, because like I said in that video, I feel like the best way to get into classics or into any genre that you're not used to reading is to find something that is similar to what you're already reading. If I had to pick blind, I would go with a children's classic because I feel like they're the most accessible, like jumping off point. Some of my favourites that I've read of those in the last year or so have been A Little Princess, The Secret Garden, Little Women, what else? Goodnight Mr. Tom, although that one ripped my heart out, smashed it to bits and then handed it back to me. Yeah, so I would start with children's classics, but in order to give like a more specific recommendation, I'd have to know a bit more about what that person was already reading. And then her second question was, what advice would you give to smaller booktubers on improving/growing their channel? And then she said, congrats on 1K again. Thank you. Okay, so if you guys want me to do a whole video on this, I can. I don't know how much value I have to give because I don't edit. So usually, like, I think the usual advice is to like have high quality videos and, you know, make sure your editing's on point and all that kind of stuff. I can't do that. I don't do that. So I can't advise you on that. What I have found works is make stuff you want to make. Like, that's the most important thing because people feed off the energy that you put into your videos. So if you're really into it, then you'll be like energetic and engaging, and people come to your channel for you. So that would be my first like main thing. I think some people, and this is not at all like aimed at you, Lauren, or anyone else, I think some people get caught in reading what's popular on Booktube and making certain types of videos because of what's popular, whereas I found that doesn't work for me. I read what I am interested in and then I talk about it, and because I'm interested in what I'm talking about, people enjoy it and engage. I think they are not here for the editing. So that would be my first thing. The second thing, in terms of growing, I'm not really sure how I've grown to this point. I'm a bit baffled and a bit bemused by the whole thing. I think things that have brought people to my channel have been things like writing original tags. I really enjoyed doing that and it's definitely brought a lot of traffic my way. Getting involved in readathons, both as a participant and a host, if you can, running my own readathon, running my book club, What the Book Club Read, all of these things have just gradually helped get the word out. I've also made a real effort like within the community to like chat to people, and on Twitter I'm quite active in engaging with other creators and other bookish people. I will always like retweet links for people's videos once I've seen them, and just generally trying to be sort of around. And I don't do it to grow my channel. I'm not that cynical. I do it because I enjoy it, but those seem to be the things that brought people to my channel. And then one other thing that I've noticed really helps, I'm not big at looking at my analytics because it's not great for my brain, but when I did look at them about 6 months into my Booktube life, I noticed that if I tweeted out a link to the video and included a picture of the, what's the word? See, I'm not a booktuber. A picture of the thumbnail with that tweet, it was directing a lot more traffic to my videos. And actually, these days about 80% of my video traffic comes from Twitter, and I don't know if it's because like YouTube doesn't break it down enough. I'm assuming that most of the time that's just reminding people who already subbed to me that I've got a video up, but I think sometimes it does also bring through some people that aren't already subscribed, so I found that to be really useful, and I need to do that within the first 2 hours of the video going live, otherwise for some reason it just doesn't get seen as much. And also uploading on a regular schedule. So I upload every Wednesday at 7 PM and every Sunday at 9 AM. And so that means that the people that are watching know that there'll be a video coming up from me, but also the algorithm seems to like it. And I think it then puts me into more people's like recommendation list thing, the little thing at the side of a video. See, I don't know what I'm talking about. So those are things that have helped me. And yeah, mostly I've just had fun making videos, and I've made some friends, and I've been lucky enough to be asked to co-host a few things. The first one of those was Thrillathon last year with Harriet and Nicole asked me to co-host Mental Health Fund this year with her and Simone, which has been brilliant. And then Leanna, Emma and I did Books for the Brave. I also did my own readathon in January, which was the 1,000 pages. So it's just, for me, a combination of those things has helped bring you guys here, and then hopefully you stick around because you like what I'm doing. So there we go, that was a bit long-winded, wasn't it? Right, what else have we got? Okay, Cass from Cats and Camera asked me, what is your favourite animal? Is it too obvious to say cats? Because there's like a cat there. There was a cat like there, but it's moved across over there. There's kind of a cat lady vibe. Obviously you guys know I've got Jack, who's currently slumped over there. Poor beast is just, it's too hot for him right now. So cats would be my favourite animal. Sorry to be really boring and obvious. And she said, if you get a perfect adaptation of one book, what would it be? Oh, good question. Just having a little nosy at my bookshelves. This is the problem with not pre-planning this video. I reckon Scythe, yeah, by Neil Shusterman. I think this would make a really cool, so you can hear my neighbours, sorry, a really cool Netflix series, or they are super loud today. We're just gonna wait for them to walk past. I don't care about them seeing me recording, but obviously you guys need to be able to hear what I'm saying. Yeah, I think Scythe would make a really cool film, or like series of films, or a Netflix type series. So yes, I'm not gonna try and put that back on right now. What else have we got? We're gonna pause for 1 second. Okay, we're back. Sorry, my neighbours were getting really loud outside, and I don't think you wanted to hear all about what was going on with them. Right, next question. Lorna TW, what were your favourite things about filming for Booktube when you first started compared to now? I'm not sure actually. I was really nervous when I first started filming for Booktube, and actually I'm super relaxed in front of the camera now, so that's good. I just enjoy making content. I have right from the start, but I definitely, I'm a lot more relaxed now. I'm also much happier with my background now, because if you guys saw any of my early videos, they're pretty rubbish. But I was just sat on our bed upstairs, whereas this is much I got my bookshelf during my Booktube time, and I'm so much happier with this as a background now. So yeah, that would be two things that have changed. And then another question, what book, oh okay, that's the same question as the last one, which was what book or series would you love to see adapted for the screen? So I've already answered that. Next, Ellen, who's become a good friend of mine. Let's get her question right. Oh, she's left a really nice message. She said, you're so amazing, lady. Your videos always inspire and calm me down when I have a stressful day. That's lovely. What does your inner world look like? I mean, how would you describe it in comparison with the movie, book, cartoon, and so on? I'm not quite sure how to answer this, to be honest. What does my inner world look like? My inner world's pretty busy all the time. There's always stuff going on. I feel like I need an extra pair of hands all the time, and an extra 2 hours in the day. I'm not sure how I would compare it with the movie, book. Maybe a bit like Adam Kay, this is gonna hurt. I mean, I don't work for the NHS, but I feel like I'm constantly just trying to get as much done as possible all through the day. So yeah, probably that one. But thank you for your lovely comment. So next question, Kelly Mackenzie has said, congratulations on 1K, thank you very much. My question is, would you ever consider writing a book yourself? Congrats again. I actually have. I wrote this, which is Emerald, which was a novella that I wrote during my master's degree, and my brother, when I graduated, was cute enough to have a copy made for me, and he made this cover, which I'm just going to cover that up because it's got my maiden name on it. Yeah, so I actually have written a novella. I haven't made a video on this yet because I didn't know how interesting it was, but if you guys want me to, I can. I've got a master's degree in writing for young people, in which we had to write a novel, or well, we either had to write a novella or the start of a novel, and I wrote a novella, which is a YA contemporary type book. And actually I don't think if I was writing now that's the kind of thing I would write. I think I would write more of a kind of literary thriller probably, but I'm not writing at the moment. But yes, I have once written a book. Amy Myers, oh hello Amy, has said congrats on 1k. She's left a really nice message. You guys are way too nice to me. You're the sweetest and very deserving of a large platform. Your growth is a testament to your big heart and relatability. Oh, I thought there was going to be a question at the end of that. Oh, I've just read out that message. Thank you, Amy. That's really lovely and a lot nicer than I deserve. Right. Jason has said congrats and done the party hat emoji. My question is, can you read 2 books in one day? Yes, I can. I did the 12-hour reading challenge, which I'll link up here, and I can read a lot in one day, as it turns out. Okay, so the Weird Collection, who I will also link in the description, along with anyone else that's got a channel, because I'm really enjoying what she's putting out. She said, so excited and thankful Amy introduced me to your channel. You are such a sweetheart. My question is, if you could have a movie about your life, what actor or actress would you have play you? That's such a good question. I've now forgotten every single actor that I've ever heard of. Who would I have play me? I honestly don't know. Maybe in the comments you guys can tell me who you think should play me in a film of my life. Oh, the cat's now waking up and realising the lounge door is shut. Hey, puss. He's not going to come over here. You coming over? Hey. He's like, no. Shunned. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me in the comments who you guys think should play me in a film. That would be so weird, but cool. Okay, what else? Okay, so Faye, oh hello, from Missed You Date with a Book, has asked 3 questions. She says, congratulations again. Let's see, questions. Would you rather be kind or intelligent? Kind. If you could visit any place in the world, where would you go? Right now, literally anywhere. That's not my house. I've been really lucky to work all the way through lockdown, and I'm lucky to live in a nice house, and I've got a garden, and I'm very, very privileged. But after 4 months, I would just like to go literally anywhere else. This week Gary and I were supposed to be going to Wales because it's our 2nd wedding anniversary. We're supposed to go away for the week, and obviously that's been cancelled. So I would quite like to go there, or if like money was no object and the current COVID was not happening, I would very happily go to like Barbados or somewhere where they've got those like huts that are out over the sea, somewhere really private and beautiful, just me and Gary, far away, that's hot, where we could just relax and not have to worry about anything. That would be beautiful. And then she's asked, how tall are you? A couple of people asked this question. I'm 5'6", which makes me very average in height for the UK. So Dancing Lawn, oh, another great booktuber. Congrats on 1k subscribers, Victoria. What are some of your favourite books that were not originally written in English? So one of my favourite books of the year so far is also translated fiction, which is have I got it over here? No, I can't reach it. But it's Tender as the Flesh. And who was the author? Augustina Bazteria, I think. I'll put it in the description. That's originally written. The author is Argentinian, so it's translated, and I think it was just absolutely stunning. It's not for everybody. I'd put a massive warning on it because it is about a world in which animal flesh can't be eaten any longer because of a disease, and so human flesh is legalised. And it's a lot, that book, and I'm definitely going to reread it at some point this year, but it's also one of my favourite books. It's absolutely beautifully written, and if you can handle the subject matter, I would recommend it, but please check the trigger warnings before you do. So yeah, that's probably my favourite book that's been translated. Megan Pearson has asked, what would you say is the best solo you've read so far and why? That's such a hard question. That's a really hard question. I would say The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter, just because of the way the story's told. Like, the writing is so clever, and I'm definitely going to reread that as well. I think I'm going to read it via audiobook. I read it physically the first time around, so I think I'm going to go for audiobook, and it will probably be soon. But again, as with Tender as the Flesh, massive trigger warnings on that, so please check them if you are going to pick up Karen Slaughter. She's not for the faint-hearted. Okay, what else have we got here? Had those questions. TV series, right, Couple Books. Hello, has asked again about a book that I'd like to adapt to. We already talked about that. What would be your dream job? Okay, so, dream job. If like money was no issue and I could do anything I wanted with my time, I'd buy like a huge like manor house or something right in the countryside, and I would open it as part B&B, part bookshop, and part like cafe, but like a cat cafe, because one of the things I love hosting, I love having people here to stay, I love looking after people, so I think like the B&B thing I would really like to do. I think it'd be really fun to have my own bookshop / like library, really, because I'd just be quite happy for people to come and hang out and read books. And then I'd also like want somewhere where I could serve like tea and cake, but with cats, and we'd have loads of cats, because I would love to be able to just empty the cat home of all the cats that need rehoming and give them like this fabulous place to live where they could all just be really happy and hang out. So yeah, that's probably what I would do if I didn't have to worry about money. Okay, Bruce, our cat from Bruce and Reviews, has said, congrats. I had the same fear that no one would ask me questions. Yeah, really don't need to worry about that. She's asked 3 questions. What's the most disappointing book you've read whilst being on Booktube? I think it's The Marriage Pact, but I can't remember who wrote it, which I read last May, which had a really good setup and a good premise, and it went nowhere. It just literally went nowhere. I think that's probably the most disappointing book I read, because I loved like the first 100 pages. I was absolutely like couldn't put it down, completely on board with it, needed to know what would happen, and then it just went nowhere. And I hate when that happens. She's also asked, what's the best thing about being a stepmom? Charlie is the best thing about being a stepmom. For those of you who don't know, I've got a 10-year-old stepson, Charlie, and he is the best thing about being a stepmom. He's just really funny and clever, like way too clever for my own good, and he's interesting, and getting to watch him grow and become a person. I mean, it's such a cheesy answer, but I just love being part of his life. So yeah, that's the best thing about being a stepmom. And how old is Jack / how did you get him? I should in brackets. Of course I was going to ask cat questions. Of course you were, as a fellow crazy cat lady. So I'm planning on doing a whole video on Jack in August, because that will be the 2nd anniversary of us having him. But he's 3 at the moment, he's turning 4, and we adopted him from Bath Cats and Dogs Home in August 2018. But that's a story I will tell more in August, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully that's going to be of interest. It's a video I really want to do. I'm going to do it anyway, but let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in watching a whole video just on our little furry prince. Right. What else have we got here? So Kiara H, hopefully I said that right, said congratulations on 1k, thank you so much. My question is, what have you been doing in quarantine to keep you preoccupied? I have been working. My lockdown has been extremely busy, and I know that I'm lucky that I wasn't furloughed. I've continued to work a normal work week, and actually I've probably worked more than I was previously, because there was only about a quarter of us that weren't furloughed from our team. People are now starting to come back to work, which is great, but my lockdown has been very busy. Added to that, we've also had Charlie here half the week, so we've gone from having him 4 days a month to like 3 or 4 days a week, so that's been an adjustment. Plus we've had to help obviously him with his homeschooling, and then the usual like running a house, trying not to lose my mind because of lockdown, Booktube, etc, etc. So yeah, I think my lockdown life has been busier than pre-lockdown, and I know I'm really lucky to not have been furloughed, but yeah, it's been a busy time. James of Clan Geek also asked me what I would write about if I was writing a book, so I've already answered that. I'm definitely going to get this name wrong, so I'm really sorry, but I think it's Theenan, has said, congratulations for the Q&A. How are you helping to foster Charlie's reading? So we are big readers in this house. Obviously I am. Gary is as well, and has become more so during lockdown. In terms of fostering Charlie's reading, so we read, well I say we, Gary reads with him every night before bed, so the two of them go up for like bath and bed every night, and I leave them to it because I think it's really important for the two of them to have some time on their own, like to have private conversations and for their relationship to stay strong. So I leave them to it, and also obviously that means I get the bonus of like an hour peace and quiet downstairs. I'm usually spending most of that time clearing up from the day, but it's kind of a win-win situation. So the boys read every night before bed for at least half an hour, which is great. Charlie also sees me reading all the time. He knows all about my Booktube channel. He was my first subscriber. And so books are very much part of our life here. Gary and I don't watch a lot of TV, so when we have downtime we'll both be reading. There are bookcases everywhere in our house, so yeah, I think we do a good job. And one of the upsides of me watching Booktube as well as making Booktube videos is seeing all the recommendations for kids and middle grade, because he's 10. So I'm sometimes like, oh, I've heard about this cool book, and then I tell him about it, and then he goes, I don't want to read that because you're my parent and you've suggested it. But yeah, we do talk about books a lot in this house, and it's definitely helping foster his reading. He's a really good reader as well. Okay, what else have we got? So Gunpowder Fiction and Plot has said, that's such a great channel name. Congratulations on 1k subs, thank you very much. They've sent 3 questions. Tell us about your pets, I've already answered that. Number 2, what was the first thing you did when you saw you reached 1,000 subscribers? I cried. I started shaking, and then I cried, and then I took a screenshot in case they went away, and then I told Gary, who was a bit bemused by the whole thing because he's not an internet person. Oh, massive fly now interrupting. We've had neighbours, we've had flies. Yeah, so he's not really an internet person, he's not online. I can't imagine I'll ever get him in front of this camera. So he was a bit bemused by the whole thing, but yeah, I was genuinely really shocked. And then question 3, what inspired you to run your readathons and how much work does it entail? So I've already mentioned the readathons that I've been a part of, so I've either been asked by other creators who have had the idea, or I've had the idea and got other people involved. Running a readathon is a lot of work, so you have to plan everything beforehand, work out prompts and co-hosts if you're having them, any videos you're going to make during that time. You need to set up a Twitter page, preferably, and sometimes an Instagram as well, and you have to kind of do the designs for those, and I'm not creative in that way, so that's always quite hard, although I've had help recently. Yeah, and then you have to launch it, which is always nerve-wracking, and then actually running it during the week or the month that it's running, and it is a lot of work, which is why most readathons have multiple hosts. And that's definitely something that I learned doing the 1,000 pages readathon in January, was like, I can't do this on my own next time. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun. I love interacting with people and talking about books, and running a readathon is one of the best ways I found of doing that. So if you're thinking about it and you've got an idea, I would definitely recommend it. But also do your research first and make sure that your idea is not already out there, because that could get awkward. Right, last few questions and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, Emma or Gandhi, hopefully I've said that right. I said, yay, 1k, well done, you deserve it. My question would be, what was the book that got you into reading? Have you always been bookish, or was there something specific a little later in life that got you hooked? I have always been bookish ever since I was a kid. My first book I remember reading by myself is The Borrowers by Mary Norton, and that book has got a real special place in my heart. I've still got a copy that's up there. Yeah, I have always been bookish, and it's never left me. I was bookish all the way through school, through uni. I did an English literature and creative writing degree, then I did a creative writing master's degree, and it's just always been something that I do and that I need to do for my brain. Okay. Oh, Megan also asked what my favourite childhood book was, so I've answered that. Okay, so Jenny has said, congratulations on hitting, well, she's put 100k, but I think she means 1k, because I'm definitely not anywhere near that kind of number, which would be terrifying. You absolutely deserve it. It's so lovely to watch someone be so genuine who isn't afraid to give an honest opinion, no matter what that is. Thank you. My question is, if you ever became a published author, would you pen under your name, or would you use a pseudonym? What are your reasons for or against this? Thanks. I would write under my own name. I think using pseudonyms is such a personal choice, and every author should have the option. I personally couldn't see why I wouldn't write under my name. So yeah, I would just use my name, although my surname is pretty boring. So maybe I would change it. Choose something more exciting. Okay. I can't answer all these questions, all this video is going to be so long. Okay, so Charlotte from Books and Bargains, who's also another Booktube bestie, has said, firstly, massive congratulations for hitting 1k, it's amazing and you totally deserve it. Secondly, my question, what is she asking? I thought carefully about this, as I think I know quite a bit about you, but the question is probably far too personal and political for you to answer, as I know it can divide otherwise loving community, but pineapple on pizza, yay or nay? Wow, you're asking the hard questions here, Charlotte. Yay. I love pineapple on pizza, and I am not sorry for that. And also, I always think this question is a funny one, because if you, Charlotte, if you like pineapple on pizza, then that's great, because we can share pizza and there won't be an issue. If you don't, then surely I'm like one of the best people to have around, because I can eat the pineapple and then you don't have to worry about it. So yeah, give me all the pineapple. Just waiting for some of these to load. I've had such nice messages on this. Okay, so Kamal A has said, congratulations on the follower milestone. My question is, how do you deal with reading slumps? I'm suffering one right now and absolutely can't get out of the funk no matter what. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel for you. I'm lucky in that I don't get slumpy very often. It does happen. It happened a bit at the start of lockdown, which I think was just my brain reacting. Here comes a really loud motorbike past the window. We love that. Reading slumps. So I think rereading old favourites is really good when you're in a reading slump. Also swapping the format. So if you're reading physically, maybe try an audiobook or an ebook. Or read something short, because sometimes just that like feeling of finishing something can be enough to jumpstart you. So yeah, that would be my normal tips for reading slumps. So I hope it passes soon. Let me know if it does. Okay. So Jennifer Dobbs said, congratulations, I wanted to let you know I stumbled upon you with 1,000 pages readathon. Don't recall how, lol. Yeah, well, it was ages ago, so I'm glad you found me. I'm glad you found the readathon, hopefully enjoyed it. I watched a few more of your OC videos and subscribed that day. That's so... Thank you. Okay, time for questions. What made you interested in doing your own channel? How much time between taping, editing and such does it take from you on average? So I started my channel because I wanted to. Is that a really like obvious answer? So like I'd been watching a few people like Harriet from Harriet Rosie Reads, Emma from Drinking by My Shelf, who else? Kirsty from Kirsty Reads, Kirsty's Reviews, sorry. A few people like that, and had sort of discovered Booktube as a thing. And then I love books, so it sort of seemed, once I discovered it was a thing, it seemed like kind of the obvious thing to do. So I watched for a couple of months to kind of see how it was done, and then I just gave it a go one day. I think I literally said to Gary on the morning, I was like, I think I'm going to film a Booktube video, and he was like, what is Booktube? And that was the start. So yeah, that was pretty much all the thought that went into it. It was like, oh, this looks cool, I think I could give it a shot, I think I'll do it, and so I did. For me, filming, editing and uploading is quite a short process because I don't really edit. I will cut the start and the end of a video, which is where I'm like leaning towards the camera to turn things off, and I'll make a thumbnail using Canva. So depending on obviously the length of the video, this is quite a long one, I will film and then I will do my edits straight away and then make a thumbnail and throw it up online. I do pre-film, so I've usually got like a queue of videos to go each month, because I film at the end of each month for the following month. So like it's nearly the end of June now, so this weekend I'll film all of my July content, and that's just how it rolls. So yeah, it doesn't take me very long, but that's because I don't edit. A few people are asking how I organise my books and like which books I keep, so I'll link some videos in the description where I talk about that. So many questions. Oh, Jimmy Can Read has said, if you had your own bookshop, what would you call it? I have to little think about that. That's a good question. Oh, Olivia from Olivia Catastrophes left me a message saying, congratulations on 1K, Victoria. It's been a joy to get to know you through Booktube and Twitter. Same. It's been, yeah, I really love the things that we chat about. I would ask, what do you do for work? I am a property manager. Well, I'm a portfolio manager, technically. I think that's my job title. But I work in maintenance, so I run a portfolio of properties, and it's up to me to get things fixed, is basically the summary of my job. Who are your favourite couple in books? I don't read that much like romance or books with couples, like positive couples in. I'm not sure. I'm currently reading the sequel to A Curse So Dark and Lonely, the title of which has completely escaped me, and unpopular opinion, I really like Harper and Wren as a couple, which apparently is not the popular opinion. Favourite film to book adaptation we've already done. Yeah, I've already answered the other questions that she's left, but thank you, lovely. Okay, Louisa Brookfield says, congratulations on 1K. Your videos are so great. You've made the recent months slightly easier for me, so thank you. Getting comments like that honestly makes my day. I'm glad my messing around in front of the camera can help make your day a bit easier. That's a lovely thing to say, thank you. My question is, how do you motivate yourself to finish a book that you're not enjoying so much rather than DNF? I don't. I DNF quite a bit. Well, I say that actually. I don't think I've had any DNF so far this year, but I would DNF. If I wasn't enjoying a book, I would just put it down, because I've got millions of others that need reading. So yeah, I can't really help with that because I will DNF a book. I think the only thing that sometimes stops me from DNFing, if I'm struggling, is if it's a buddy read, because I feel like I've agreed to read a book with someone, so I should finish it. So yeah, I felt like that a little bit with The Toll, which I did as a group buddy read, and I might have DNF'd that if I'd been reading it on my own. Right. Let's pick the last few. So Amy Y has asked a few questions. Hello, but I've answered quite a few of them. But she said, do people in your private life know about your Booktube channel? What has their reaction been, especially since hitting 1,000 subscribers? Jack's just down here looking very disgruntled. You come in? No. Yes, people do know. I've never hidden it. I talked about it on my personal Facebook page from the very start, and I know that a lot of people don't talk about Booktube in their personal life, which is obviously a personal choice. I don't have any issues with it. Everyone in my life has been very supportive. I know that my grandma watches my videos sometimes. I know my brother watches sometimes my dad, and I think also my parents-in-law. And that's totally cool because I'm just chatting books and I've got nothing to hide, so it's fine. Right, I think I'm gonna pick one more because this video is already like 40 minutes long. So I've got lots of the same questions about like books I'd like to see adapted. Lots of questions about snacks. I'm all about the snack life. Loads of lovely messages, so thank you so much if you've left me messages or comments on this video. Molly Brooke has asked how long is my TBR. My physical TBR upstairs has got 12 books on it, and then I've got a GoodReads TBR which I think has got about 40 books on it. I try not to add books to my TBR unless I really want to read it, because I get a bit stressed if it gets too long. Okay, so I think this is a good question to finish on. So Chloe from Chloe Reads Books, he's also a friend of mine, has said, well done Victoria, 1,000 subscribers is such an achievement and you deserve it immensely. Thank you. My question is, what's your next big goal for Booktube? For example, would you like to host another readathon? I think I don't really have any big like Booktube goals. I've never said that I would like to reach a certain level of subscriber, because I just make videos because I enjoy them. I think my next big goal for Booktube is to still be here in a year's time, like I've said earlier in the video, and there will be a specific video coming very shortly about what's been going on. Life is about to change for me, and making Booktube content is about to get more difficult. So I think my big goal is to still be here in a year's time, still making content, but we'll have to see how that goes. Hopefully I will be, and hopefully you guys will still be here watching me waffle on the internet. I think shorter term, Leanne, Emma and I are talking about doing another round of Books for the Brave, fundraising for a different group of people this time, because we fundraised in May for the NHS, or for an NHS charity. So that will be really fun if that happens. I'm trying to think what else, but yeah, I think just to continue enjoying it and to still be here would be my big Booktube goal. So yeah. Thank you so much if you've asked questions. Like I've said, I can't answer them all because I had over 100 and we'd be here for hours. But what I'm going to do now is use the random number generator. And then I will pick 2 winners. And there's bits of paper flying everywhere as usual because I'm really unprepared. Right, so we've got 112 entries. So let's generate. Number 72, if I just to be transparent. You see that? Oh, now it's gone. Because I suck at this. Please hold. There we go. Number 72. So, number 72 was Simone from me, Simone I. There you go. Simone from me, Simone I. So you are the first winner. And then we'll generate that again. And we've got number 31. Who was that? Let's find out. Number 31 was Emma Heseltine. This person here, I'll put this in the description. So yeah, Emma, you're the other winner. So if you could reach out to me and we will work out how to get your books to you. Once again, thank you so much for being here, all of you. I just really, really appreciate it. And I will see you very soon for another video. There'll be another video up on Wednesday, which will be my June wrap up. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye!